Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I am Martino, and today we are going to see how to make a light switch. So I got inspired from this repo here called Swift UI Animation Tutorials. So it's from um, Amit Seirik. So I hope I pronounce well the name. So here is GitHub profile. So he made a lot of UI animations, but with Swift. So today we are going to make this. So let's just dive into it. So the first thing you need to notice is that we have like this, you know, it's a uh, dragger here. So every time you drag it, you can turn on the light and turn it off. And also we have some kind of curve here for the light. Okay, so this curve is going up and down. So these are like our main things you need to notice on this design. And in order to do it, we will first of all create like kind of a static light screen. So it will basically be like some custom clipper things. So like we are going to draw like a path, a custom clipper, and yes, and then we are going to animate it. So what I mean in is basically this. Okay, so we have like our light here. So the light has like a head. So this head is like the the head we are giving to the container. Okay, so this head can be like the max head and the min head. So the min head will be like 0, and the max head will be the head of the screen. Okay, and also you have like the curve here. So the curve is basically we will draw this curve with the custom clipper, as I was saying it, you see. And yes, this whole thing will be just like a kind of a container, on which we will apply like the custom clipper class that we will create. Okay, so let's just do it. So let me first of all create like so I will add a body. So body here to be like a container. Okay, a container, and yes, let's remove this. Okay, so we have like our container here. Okay, and the container has the color. So first of all, the color. So the color will be like the background color that I put there, and also um, the head of this container. So this head will be like, okay, let's give to it this value for now, and let's run it. Okay, so while after running it, we have something like this. Okay, and then we will apply like some alignment things. So we will align it here. Okay, alignment that let's say bottom center. Okay, so position here. So now we will apply our clip path. We will wrap first of all this container inside the clip path widget, and then we will add our custom clipper that we will go into draw. So let's call it the light clipper. Okay. So now we can create this. Okay, we have it somewhere here like this, and we can extend it. and let's extend it to custom clipper. Okay, path, because we are going to do everything with the path function. And now you can see that it will ask us to overwrite, the two missing overrides. So here for this should click on, we'll just add the return false. Okay, we don't want it to repeat. And here we will do the magic, So first of all, let's create uh, a variable called path. Okay, and will be path like this. And let's go. So what I was explaining was basically if you want to draw this curve, so we will first of all move, our our custom clipper, let's say, uh, from this position to this position, you know, and in order to do it, we will first of all create, a control point. Okay, so sorry, we will first of all move, our container, from this position because the container will have like a rectangular shape. So we will first of all need to move it from this position here, to this position. Wait, this position here to this position, and then we can now draw the curve. Okay, so yeah, let's just define like this gap here. Okay, so I'll call it control, for example. So I will say final control is equal to let's say 40. Okay, and let me define also my head and like the head and the width of my screen. So I'll just call the size here and give it the head, and also the final width is equal to width. Okay, that's good. And now what I will do first, is to move the line um, from this position. You see this position, okay, to this position, let's say. Okay, so in order to do it, I'll just place it. Okay, I'll just do the line to. I will apply the line to from the path. Okay, so it will be like a path that line to, and the coordinate of the gap will be 0 and the control. Okay, 0 in the control like this. Okay, didn't define. Okay, wait. Uh, let's say double. Okay, good. And now, so we have our first point here. Okay, I'll move it from here to here using that line to function. And now I will go to. I'm going to draw the curve. So in order to draw the curve, we need to place this control point. So the control point here will be like this point here. Okay, so let's just do it. Okay, so here I'll say um, path that relative quadratic B02. Okay, so it's the relative quadratic B02 that will help us draw our curve. Okay, and here I'm using relative because I don't want to take every time the coordinate from like the origin that is somewhere here. You see, I just want need to get relate to be relative to like my initial point here. Okay, so let's go. And here, I'll say the control point has like the width divided by 2. Okay, and here the the y, the y axis value will be minus control. Yeah, because here you can clearly see, okay, this position. If I have like the origin here, so my x-axis will be somewhere here. Okay, so every value that is here will be an opposite to all the value that are here. Okay, and you know that the orientation of the y-axis is somewhere here, so like everything here is an opposite. So if I want to place this button, or sorry, this point, so I'll just say, okay, I have the x value, x like the x coordinates, that is the screen of the width of this the screen divided by 2. Okay, and the y-axis will be like the minus gap that is here. Okay, so the gap, that's why we are calling control here. So it is control. Okay, and now we will have now to add this point. Okay, so in this let's say frame, if we use like the frame that is here like this, so this point will be like the s or let's say the width of the screen, and the y-axis will be 0. Okay, so let's just place it. Okay, so here for the quadratic bezier, so here I will have like the width, like I said, and here it will be 0. Okay, yes. And now we need to move the let's go back. We need to move the point now from here to here. Okay, so the only thing that will change will be the head, the y coordinates. So in order to do it, let's use the path that line to. Okay, and here the only thing that will change will be the head, as I was saying. So it will be something like this, and that's finished. And now we can just return the path. Okay, and let's try it out. Yeah, okay, yeah. I have a 0 here. Okay, and now, okay, yes, we have it like this. I think it's missing something. Something is really missing. So here for the quadratic, I think all is good. Yeah, okay. So we need to first of all move the line. Okay, sorry. Um, so here for moving it, I think the we already defined this. Okay, so now we need to move it. Oh yeah, from this point, okay, to this point, as I was saying. So normally we should use like the path that relative line to. Okay, so here the head, this is 0. Okay, and then now the head here is like the head, of the container minus control. Yeah, like this. Now let's run it. Yeah, so you see it has changed a bit, and now we will move it from here to here. Okay, so yes, in order to do it, uh, I'll just add this one. Now, yeah, all should be good. So for now we are good. Okay, and what's next? Next thing to do now is to, let's go back. Yeah, so let's next thing to do now is to, let's place these elements. So I'll first of all place like this, opacity, like this container there. That's how it's like the less the minimum opacity. So in order to do it, I will wrap the align inside stack widget. Okay. So here let's just use the positioned function. Sorry, widget. Okay. So here positioned um, position will be here in the top. Okay, so position top. At the top, like we have the the widget somewhere here. Okay, so I'll just use some kind of random top. So yeah, let's just take this and divide it by 2.6, for example. Yes, and also the right. Okay, let's give it a right margin. Uh, and yeah, the child. So for the child here, I'll just say padding comes. Let's also add the padding first. What am I doing? Yeah. All good. Um, 5. This. Okay, and the heads. Width and the width. Let's give it 50. And the decoration here. Um, the color will be like a color that's white with opacity. Okay, so opacity, not really sure. Let's use 4. Okay, and here the border radius. So the border radius circular. Let's use 40. Okay, so now let's run it. So yeah, we have something like this here. Really interesting. I'll reduce the border radius. Sorry, 20, and 25. All right. Let's say 28. Okay. Mm, okay. Cool. That's great. And now, next thing to do is to position first of all this element. Okay, this stick, and then add this point to it. Okay. So in order to do it, I will create a new widget. Also position, and here I will give to it, okay, the top will be like 0, and the right will be like for 55, and here the child will be a column because we'll have the stick and the cycle avatar. So children, okay. So here let's just use a container, okay. So the container will have like the width 4, for example, and we had let's define like a stick head. Okay, so I already have it defined. So I have like a stick head here. Okay, that's very cool. And yeah, all good. And now next thing to do is to add the color. Okay, so the color here, just take color that white. And yes, we have it like this. Okay, no problem for now. No problem for now. And next thing to do is to add uh, at the bottom of it a cycle avatar, for this dot, like yeah, this big dot there. Okay, so cycle avatar, and here for radius, for example, we will say okay, radius 25, and the color will be like color that right. Wait, what's happening? Yeah, yeah, the background color. Okay, so you see we have something like this. Um, that's cool. And yes, for now let's just keep this. And now next thing to do is to now add the dragging thing. You see, so this is like we are going to use gesture detector. So this you know session of today will be only implicit animation, something very simple, just using the container and also the gesture. So here, yeah, notice what is happening when we are dragging, like down and up this radius, like this cycle avatar. Now you can see that the stick head is changing, and also it is switching the light. Okay, So wrap the I will wrap the circle avatar inside a gesture detector of widget. Okay, gesture detector, and here the main purpose is to drag it vertically. So what I will say is on I will add or apply the on vertical drag update, call back to it, and here I'll say okay. If on drag update print, for example, the details that let's say delta, that y. Okay, good. And also we will ask it to tell us when the drag will finish. So yeah, I can say okay, point to end, for example. Is that for testing purpose? So here, look at what we got on the console. So you see, so when it's dragging, yeah, we can still see like the info, the like the value of the delta y, and yes, when it's finished, you say okay, it's ended. And same thing here when we are dragging up, and same thing when we are dragging down. You see, so this will be all about the gesture. So what we are going to do is to update, the stick heads while the user is dragging, the cycle dot. You see, so in order to do it, we will just do like we'll apply like a set state. So here we will say okay, set state, for example, um the container, no, not the container, but the stick head, the stick head, for example, to like, we're just updating the stick head. So like this, see, plus, plus the details, that delta, that's dy. Okay. So while we're doing this, you can see, yeah. So yeah, it's updating. But now I think we need to, apply, instead of using the container for the stick, I will use like an animated container. Okay. So in order to do it, um, we will come here. Okay. So we will replace the container by an animated container, and we will add like the duration, and here for this, let's say, 2 milliseconds in the curve. We'll also add the curves. So here we will say, okay, bounce out, for example. So let's restart it. And now look at what you have. Yeah, it's still not working well. Okay, but no problem. We'll just find a way to do it. So what we are going to do is we are going to listen to like the size, not really listen, but we are going to control like the size of the stick. Okay, so what we want is that whenever the stick has like a head less than is default or initial head, we are going to bring it to that initial head. You see, and whenever it is having like a very big size, we will bring it to somewhere here. Okay, so we can only do it, here in the on vertical drag and callback. So that's something like this, because we are already updating, the head of the stick here. Okay, so now what you are going to say is that if we have like the stick head, you know, for example, uh, smaller or equal than 300, for example. So we will make like kind of a set state, okay? So there we will say, okay, the stick head will be, for example, is its initial value that's here, okay? So something like this. And we will also say if yeah, like else, otherwise we will set also the state and say, okay, the stick head yeah, will be it will be somewhere here. Okay, so it's like the initial value plus some additional value. So let's say the whole head here will be like 500, for example. So here we will say, okay, let's add 500. Now we can rerun it. Okay, so yeah, you see, whenever it's moving too fast, it's coming back here. See, yeah, and the same thing when we are trying to drag it up. Okay, so for the dragging up is not yet really working. So let's fix this. Okay, um, let's fix this. So here I made a mistake. I put this also here. So I should not put this. I'll just remove it. Okay. So when I remove it, now let's see what is happening. You see? Yeah. So whenever I do this, see like you see, I drag it here. Yeah, it's coming back to its initial position like this. Yeah. And I think that's very interesting. You see? And yes. Yeah. Okay. So now I think I should adjust like the sizes a bit. Okay, let me adjust the sizes. And here, let's say 358. Okay, let me run it. Hmm. Here I'll say 356. Okay. Let's just leave it like this, and let's change this value here. Okay. It's just playing around a bit with the values, but it has nothing really important this part of the thing. So okay, we have something like this. Okay, no problem. And here I will keep it at 500. So yeah, so we have some a bit of padding, and also I can still um you know change or upgrade the butterflies. Yeah, having something like this is very cool. So yeah, we have the dragging. You see. And now next thing to do is to control the head of the light. You see, like the switching of the light when dragging down and dragging up. Okay, so in order to do it, let's first of all um, change. We have like this static value here. Okay, so one thing is to change it to like the container head that I defined it here. Okay, so here I will say, okay, container head. Okay, and now when I run it, I will not have like anything. I think so. Yeah, oh yeah, no, it's not here. Okay, so it might be um, yeah, it might be somewhere here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we don't have anything. And now, what do we want? We want it to, we want, if we are dragging down, we want the, the head of the container to be 0. Okay. And if you are dragging it up, you want the head of the container to be, the head of the screen. Okay. So in order to do it, we will come here. Okay. So we are saying, we know that if we are dragging it down, here, uh, so like if the stick head is less or equal than 500 and 400, it means that we are dragging it down. Okay. Oh no, sorry, it means that we are dragging it up. Okay. So when we are dragging it up, so now the screen size, increases. You see, no, sorry. When we are dragging it down like this, okay, the screen size increases, and when we are dragging it up, the screen size decreases. Okay, so it means that here, when at this place, at this point, we are dragging it up. Okay, so here the screen head like this will be 0, and the container here will be like the size it. Now let's test it. And yeah, look at it. It's working. It's working. Okay. And yeah, so we have something like this. Okay. And now I think we can add the cost here and also get rid of the print in case. Okay, cool. And now you can see that this the clipper is not taking the full size of the screen. Uh, there are remaining parts here due to the curve that you have drawn. So in order to fix it, what we are going to do is to uh, you know uh, make dynamic the control value. It means that when we see that, okay, the screen head, or like the head of the container is having big values, so we will put like the control to 0. You see, for example, we will say, okay, if the size of the, okay, so now let me define the control somewhere here after the head is this. Okay, so we'll say, okay, if the head is greater or equal to 900, for example, I'll keep it to 0. And this, otherwise keep it to 40 hundreds. So now if I test it out, you see it is working exactly as it should. Yeah. So I think we are good now to go. And what's remaining is these steady room things. Yeah, like this. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just add like an app bar and try to customize it. So in order to do it, um, I will come here, okay, and I will say, okay, align. Okay, let's say, okay, position, and up. Let's say, C, for example, left 0, right 0. Child would be like AppBar, okay, and the title will be the test, and study room, study room. So we have something like that. The elevation will be 0, and The background color will be a color that transparent. With colors that transparent. Okay. Yeah. So now I can still reduce this. Put it to 0. Okay. I think it's good. So now here let's add some styling. So font size, let's say 30. Okay. And yeah, I think that's pretty it. And okay, let's also add some kind of leading button. So here I will say icon, and the icon is that arrow back size 30. Okay. Let's increase it. Okay. Okay, so I'll say 35. 35. And it's okay, good. And also I will put center title first. Cool. So I have something like this. Okay. So now let's control like the color of these elements. So here, okay, yeah, I will say color. So what I want is when the light or like the container height um is different from 0, so it means that it's full. So turn this to or change the color to black. I think that's it. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like okay, when the color. So if the container height is different from you know okay, so let's say okay if it is equal to 0, if it's equal to 0, so colors should be white. Otherwise, color should be okay. So this is no more a constant. So now I'll just copy this in here. I'll come and remove my cost, and yeah, I'll add it here. Okay, something like this. So I think that's it. And now when I do this, yeah, switching. So I think that's it. I hope you don't miss anything. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, but I think they have centered the title. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, so it's better. And I don't know, I'll add some kind of font to it. Yeah. All right, cool. So I think we have it. So you see, it's an animation, but with 127 lines of code, and it's animating, without any explicit animation. We just choose the animated container, and that's pretty interesting. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Yeah, like this. So feel free, to improve it, to add your own colors, and yeah, do some, other things with it, and yeah, share it, with me. I also want to learn. So yeah, also if you have some specific topic you want me to talk about, we can still write them, in the comments. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, okay, and also to turn on the notifications, okay, and don't forget to follow me on GitHub and or on all my other social media. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.